major ambitions. Just how big does this company plan to be?
Heidi, well, that's right. This really is the coming force in the battery market. CATL on course to be the world's biggest battery cell manufacturer. They would leapfrog big competitors in this space, the likes of Samsung SDI, LG Chem, and Tesla, of course, the name that's synonymous for most people with both the battery market and, of course, electric vehicles. As you say there, an IPO we're expecting to be launched later this year. That'll give them funding of about $2 billion. They'll use that in part to fund more R&D work, but the key thing they'll use it for is to build a new plant that'll be second in size only to Tesla's Gigafactory, and that's the key to sort of catapulting them ahead of their competitors.
David, this isn't a company known really in a known tech hub. So the question is, where is it actually building its battery empire?
Well, that's right. Fascinating, really. Down in the southeastern coastal province in China, and as you say, not in a sort of known technology center. They're based in a small city of Ningdi. And look, this area, bordered by mountains, has been most famous as for tea plantations, not battery plants. That's where it's really made its name hitherto. It is a region that President Xi spent some time earlier in his career, and it had been seen as one of the relatively poorest parts of that region of China until now. I mean, it's transforming quite rapidly. Our reporter was down there recently, and the battery plants, the headquarters of CATL, really dominate that city. There are electric-powered buses ferrying workers around. There are fleets of battery-powered BMWs. Yeah, it's a city that's being transformed from its roots as a tea-growing province.
David, I'm going to bring in Justin now. China currently, accounts for more than half of all global electric car sales. It's, I guess, a really, really important policy now for the government there to clear up urban air pollution.
Well, I think it's not only about actually urban air pollution, right? I mean, I think this story tells you that basically the Chinese government is looking to dominate electric vehicle manufacturing, right? They see it as an economic opportunity. So if you think about it today, when we want to go and buy a car somewhere outside of China, you might buy an American, a German, a Japanese, or even Korean car, but you don't think about buying a Chinese car. Now, if this changes in the future and we have more electric vehicles, and if the materials or the components that go into electric vehicles, such as batteries, can be manufactured in China by companies like CATL and others that are there, then that's going to change the whole equation. We're going to have a supply chain in the world that's basically Chinese manufactured electric cars. So there are a lot of policies in China supporting electric vehicles over gasoline vehicles right now, but the economic arguments are undeniably part of that strategy.
Justin, you know, we have a bit of a cautionary tale in terms of what can go wrong when government policy in China supports EVs or EV batteries. You just have to look at what happened with solar, right? So is that the kind of, overcapacity concern that we're looking at here?
Yeah, there's definitely an overcapacity concern. If you think about what happened to the solar industry in the last 10 years, a lot of bankruptcies, a lot of frankly, companies that didn't make a lot of money, right? So I think we have CATL today. We have a lot of competitors in China. The barriers for entry are relatively low in this space, and competition is very, very fierce. And frankly, sometimes an accident can happen in one of these batteries. It could catch on fire or something could happen that could tarnish the brand. So I think we're going to see a lot of challenges to these companies. It's going to be extremely competitive, despite the fact that they're very aggressive in terms of expansion at the moment.